Hello, welcome back again to BLENDERSUSHI live noding. We're gonna continue from the previous one. So we have the setup with the metaballs being spawned by animation nodes, and this is all procedural. There seems to be like extra stuff here, but it should actually not be like that. Currently, what we have. Okay, let's say we have 10 metaballs in the scene. And in Sverchok we have also 10. If I increase the scale, we can see the balls kind of starting to separate itself. Now this is the cool thing about metaballs, of course. They react to each other and kind of blending and morphing. We're gonna try to colorize the metaballs with different color. Normally the way it works, of course we only can have one color for the metaballs. If you say, okay, green, it's gonna be green, and it cannot be different color. But we will try to use dynamic paint to colorize each metaball. Okay, let's see what we have again. What at the moment? So, oops, it crashes just now. I guess that's all right. We're gonna restart it. I have a feeling it's because I'm recording it. I actually just restart Blender before I do that. Okay, 10 metaball should be good now. We have everything working. Seed, scaling, random number generator. This is for the metaball scale, and this is for the metaball position scaling. And we have also this additional randomization. Okay, now they are random enough. They are kind of connecting to each other. Okay, let's try something. Let's do something with the Sverchok. So first, we want to create the dynamic paint brush per metaballs. For each metaballs, we're gonna have like a sphere. We're gonna use Sverchok to do that. So we know we already have location, scale, rotation. Okay. So we can simply pipe the same number into let's say rounded box. Rounded box will generate like a cube that can be scaled, can be turned into a sphere. If I display it real quick, the vector size should be okay. That's the balls by default is pretty big. That's pretty good resolution, I guess. The radius can scale the whole balls. We're gonna use a matrix in. So here, the matrix, location, scale, location. Okay, let's try with the location first. Location. They're kind of in a place, but they're not. I think I need to reset the location of Metaball as well. Alt G. Okay, cool. Now they're in the same position as Sverchok. And then location is good. The scaling can come from this guy. You see the scale also matches. And the angle, don't worry about that. Rotation, angle, don't worry. We just need that. And we have control over the radius. So that's pretty much it for this. Actually, the next thing we need to do is, this is just the preview of Sverchok. We want to use the BMesh MK2. Now we're gonna be outputting these brushes. So rounded box and the matrix out. we're not gonna merge it. So each of the brush is gonna be called alpha. So alpha 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And yeah, I think they should work. So we need to turn all of them into dynamic paint brush. So currently I think we just do it manually. This can be of course scripted. Currently yeah, I think that's the easiest way, is just to manually turn it into brush and give it a different color. Dynamic paint brush, red, orange. This is gonna be the tedious part. Dynamic paint brush, dynamic paint brush. Luckily we only have 10 Metaballs currently. So we have pink. Okay. Each brush will have different color, and the brush should be coloring our Metaballs. How do we do that? We need to first convert the Metaballs into a real surface using Sverchok. Okay, this one position. This is gonna transform Metaballs. Create another Sverchok. This one kind of meshing, Metaball meshing objects in MK2 and get our Metaballs, and then output it. Check the Metaballs. Yeah, that's kind of right. We need to apply the matrix. Okay, we have real Metaballs, which is just a mesh now, and it's called we need to output it using bmesh mk2 and merge it, and it's gonna be called beta. Interesting, the result is not matching. I need to grab the actual thing. Pause modifier maybe. Oh, I don't need to use the matrix. Okay, so we have the mesh to represent the Metaballs. So let's tidy up a little bit. Hide the actual Metaballs. This is from Sverchok. Now we can turn this into a canvas, but I tried it before. If I turn dynamic paint canvas, this is not gonna work. What we need to do is to bake it first. This is it's a long process. To bake it, I will use this simple hack. Just apply displacement and zero it out, and then file, export Alembic. Let's export like 100 frame. Make sure we have actual animation in here. I'm gonna use a frame number, plug into the seed and this guy. So it's gonna animate per frame. It's doing that. And I'm gonna export as Alembic 100 frame. Save it on the desktop. selected object only, and then export Alembic. So we are baking the Metaballs as mesh using Sverchok. This is needed because in order for dynamic paints to work with the Metaballs as a canvas, we just need to do that. Otherwise, I tried it doesn't work. Just one step baking, and then we are done, and then we are good. We can hide the Sverchok meshing. Re-import the bake version. This guy. Okay, this is the bake. This is bake object, so it's good. We still have everything. We have the meshing happening on the fly as well. See the resolutions and the number, the vertices counts changing all the time. But we remember we still have these balls as a brush, and this is the bake version. So with the bake Metaballs, we can turn it into dynamic paint canvas and set it to vertex coloring, and then with initial color white. Now we can start coloring this guy. See, it's starting to have effects. I need to make sure the brush is in the right position though. Looks like they are slightly off. Which is pretty weird because we are using the same data. Maybe they are off by one frame. They are off by one frame. Off right frame. See, we are on a frame 42. Let's go to frame 42. Frame 43. They are off by one frame, so we just add a driver, just say frame plus 1. Now they should be matching. Cool. Hide the original Metaballs, hide the real Metaballs. Now we have our brush ball and our canvas. The brush ball might need to be bigger or smaller. Let's pick one of them. Check the brush. Mesh volume by default, maybe proximity should be good. Paint distance. Proximity, object center, maybe object center, no. Mesh volume and proximity. So I have a feeling this paint distance need to be adjusted, or the brush itself need to be adjusted. Actually, I make it larger than the actual canvas. Inner proximity, negate volume, proximity. Should have effect. Yeah, I think that's starting to work. See, the thing with dynamic paint is actually time dependent as well, so I kind of need to update it, shuffle the frame and then have it updating. Maybe radius of, I'll just make it slightly smaller than the actual remeshing of Metaballs. So let's say we are looking at that guy over there. Change it to mesh proximity, paint distance. And the green has a strong value at the moment. Let's try the purple. Proximity. Increase the proximity. Maybe mesh volume and proximity will do the job. Well, maybe we don't need that kind of accuracy actually. Just turn everything into mesh volume and proximity, or just proximity for simplicity, and just increase it. So all these attributes I think we can change using Sverchok or animation nodes. There's this extra stuff that we need to do, which is can be a hassle, but however, for what we are doing, we really want to have kind of the blending of color in Metaballs, and this is kind of a good hack, I think. It's gonna be worth it. Once you have it working, it's just gonna work. Proximity and increase the influence. This is, I think, dynamic paint is one of the Sverchok Blender capability that's people hardly use. It's very underrated. I think it's really powerful. Really powerful. It's a way you can really transfer attributes. If Blender ever gonna be like everything node based, kind of like Maya or Houdini, dynamic paint and particles should be really powerful together. So yeah, we have it working. It's kind of the color from each brush, even though I think the green is too strong, or maybe one of these is too strong. Oh, this one is too strong. Now it's better. The color slightly different each time. File save as. We still have control over the brush itself, so really, if this is the beta, this is the bake object, we can hide it or template it. Whatever, but just turn on the brush. Let's say that's the brush number 9. It's this color. Maybe increase it. Should be pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad, you know, for a quick job. And you can always smooth this, shade smooth. Oops, what did I do? Smooth. Oh, I made a smoke simulations. Reload. Always save. Select the mesh, smooth it, use our subdivision surface, and this guy have this vertex color dynamic paint. So if you switch to cycles and then go to the material of this guy and use a attribute color, you can plug that in. Maybe emission. Render. Didn't seem to work. Let's check. Oh, it's actually saying it's not color, it's DP paint map. Looks like that. If we render it out and let's have like a plain sign and material, render it out. See, these guys are metaballs, and they're glowing, different color. I thought that looks quite nice, better than a single color metaballs. And then of course the color comes from our dynamic paint into the vertex color. Maybe I can make this more interesting. Mix shader. Where's node? Mix shader. For now. Yeah, ambient occlusion actually look nice sometimes. So emission can go in there and with Fresnel, and this one goes in there. Plug into the final. Render. Yep. Ambient occlusion need color. We probably don't need ambient occlusion. It's too strong for that. Maybe diffuse is not great. Maybe we can use glasses. Glass. PSDF. Color. Mix it. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. It's kind of like a bubbles now, with glowing edges because of the Fresnel. Maybe control these effects. So they look like some kind of molecule, glowing molecule. Yeah, I guess that can be nice. You can just render it out. So yeah, that's a long process, but I think this is quite nice. Nice hack. Once again, this is only 10 metaballs, and then there's a bit of manual process, which is each brushes we generate using Sverchok. They need to be turned into dynamic paint brush, and then we change the color manually. I'm pretty sure that can be scripted, or maybe if you We can also use Sverchok to do that, maybe like randomize the color. But with Metaballs, even 10 is quite interesting looking, and then currently it's just like randomly placed every time. And the Metaballs is already being baked. There's that extra thing, like a bit baking. But I guess this is useful thing to understand and to know, and then you can try it yourself and you can create cool effects with it. Anyway, that's pretty much for this live coding. It might be a little bit complex, but if you have any question, feedback, just let me know down below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next year.